Today's episode is Evicting Adult Children. Hi, thank you for joining me for this episode of Kay's Corner. This is my Tuesday 10-minute talk, and today's subject is difficult. It's hard when we're dealing sometimes with adult children, and some of the things I'm going to say will actually apply to maybe nieces and nephews or other adults that you have living with you that you tried to help. But what you have to keep in mind is what I'm going to say today is really for those people that, since they've been little, we've been trying to tell them how to do it, how to get it right. There are a lot of us out here who, when we were young, we want that hustle, in college or just, starting at entry level on your job, and you out there, and we've been doing this thing for like 20 something years. And now we've gotten to the point where we just want to enjoy life a little bit. And those same young people that we took care of, we tried to guide, that were hard-headed a lot of times, that didn't want to listen, now they're still living with us as adults. And unfortunately, they believe that we owe them something as parents. Later in this episode, I'm going to talk to you about the difference between unconditional love and will. Because I believe in unconditional love, but some people have the two confused. So, just so that you understand, this show is for people who have adults living in their homes and there's conflict. If your young adults are arguing with you, this show is for you. If you're having problems like them not coming in at curfew, and they feel like because they're grown they come in and out as they want to. If you get home from work and there are young people in your house that wouldn't have been your friends when you were your child's age, and your child is defending them like, these my friends, and I'm grown, I can choose my friends, this show for you. Oh my goodness, if you have grown kids living in your house, and just because they got a little job and they feel like they're taking care of themselves and they want to be the king or castle of your home, the king or queen of your castle, yeah, this show is for you. Because see, some people have young people living with them, and it's okay if your young adult is going to college and working and trying to, and they got a plan and they're trying to go somewhere. That's okay. Now me personally, I got a 21-year-old, and she's about the happiest 21-year-old I think I've ever met. Now, I would just personally rather my child live in a dorm. Because see, when I walk in my house, I don't want young people saying, "Hey, Dr. Benjamin." That's not what I want. Now, I love her and all her sweet little friends, but I don't want that. I know some of you out there, I know you probably laughed when I said that, but you know how it is when they come home from college and you are an empty nester and they're just home for a little while, and they're leaving at 10 o'clock to go be with their friends, and you still can't sleep because they hadn't gotten back home yet, and it just throws you off. What adult children don't realize is, even when they live with us sometimes, that still throws us off. Because it's parents, that's that unconditional love. We are still thinking, Lord, I hope nothing happens to him. What time did she leave? You want to know when they're coming back, where they're going, but they think they're grown. That's why we're talking today. Grown people need their own space. Their own space. So I want you to think about something. You know, we as humans, we are an animal species. But what separates us is the fact that we have the ability to reason. But have you thought about, just when you look at other animal species in the universe, on Earth actually, when you look at, let's take the birds, when they teach their children to feed and to fly and to hunt, those children have to leave. When you're dealing with, you watch Animal Kingdom, if you watch Animal Kingdom, you see all the time when those male, especially those male lion cubs come of age, they got to leave. They got to leave the pride. 9 times out of 10, all males, they have to leave because that dominant male is not going to compete with them. But their mothers, the adults taught them how to fend for themselves so that they could survive. Have you ever thought that allowing your adult child to live with you when they have not listened to you? You know, because all along when they're children, we may not be teaching them to run down a gazelle and for dinner, but we're teaching them what they need to be productive citizens. But they don't want to take our advice. They haven't listened. They gone against us. Now, exactly what we knew was going to happen is not happening. But now they want and they expect us to help them, although you didn't listen to me. You didn't listen to me. For some of you out there, you know what I'm talking about. So that's why this subject is tough. You're going to have to be tough, people, parents, aunts, aunties. You're gonna have to be tough because you've worked hard. You deserve to be happy. You deserve to be happy. It's okay to be happy. There are going to be people out there that are going to tell you, I wouldn't put my child out. Okay, if that's for you, let them. You want her? You want it? He can come live with you. You can't feel some type of way after you've done all you can do. You know, I'm saying you've done all you can do to help this young person, and they've gone against you, and now they're living with you as adults, still going against you, and you don't even have to legally take care of these folk anymore. Now, in Florida, I talk to you all the time about having to know the law. If you have adult children living with you, you just can't put them out. So I need y'all to know the laws of your state. They have squatters' rights here in Florida. So if you have an adult child, you're going to have to evict them if they're not willing to leave. Which is not bad, because we love our children and they need to have a plan. So at some point, you're going to have to decide enough is enough. And you're going to say, you got 3 months. You got 3 months. I would sit down with them. Here's the eviction paperwork. This is what we're going to do. These are the terms. And you need to put this thing in writing. But more importantly, you got to stick to this. You got to stick to this. You can't keep threatening to do stuff and not doing it, because in my previous episode, I talked about our children knowing our patterns. And if they know you just going to talk, and you're not going to act, then they're going to keep doing the same old thing. So y'all need to write it down. And then you need to stick by what you write down, because you love your child. Now, I told you I talk about unconditional love. See, people often like to, and the children especially, like to throw up in our face, oh, you don't love me. If you love me, help. No, I love you. But that's why I need you to be able to take care of yourself, because, see, nobody's going to take care of you like I take care of you. If something happened to me, and things happen to people all the time. If something happened to you right now, how's your child going to survive? And somebody else going to take that child in and take all the mess off of them that you've been taking in your own house. So yes, you love them. No matter what they do, the love is unconditional, but it's your will. You don't have to have the willingness to allow them to stay there and do what they're doing. So you can love them, but you don't have to be willing to allow them to continue in a self-destructive path. So that's my 10 minutes. Thank you. Next week, what I'll be talking about is the benefits of not overreacting. You know, sometimes our children say stuff, they do stuff, and if we overreact, then they won't come to us a lot of times. Now, that's not an easy subject either, but thank you for joining me. I'll see you next week.